Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mega spammer yet again with Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planewalkers. We are going to do a rematch and hopefully I'm going to win this time. In the last match, spoilers warning, if you didn't watch the previous cast then you should watch it now. In the last cast, yes, I did lose, as I spoiled before I said spoilers warning, whatever, but it was very close. 4-3, all best of 7 matches were played. I'm satisfied with that because I was expecting to die after 4 matches. This might happen here as well because this is yet again a best of 7. So you probably know the format by now, but I'm going to go over it quickly again. I'm not going to go over it quickly again, I'll just tell you what kind of cards we're going to be using. Now, gameslayer, yet again, he doesn't have the expansion, so he's got only the basic card decks available for him. The ones that he will not be using are Celestial Light, which I personally banned for him. Where are they? The Obedient Dent. The Obedient Dent that he will not be playing, yes, right. And, oh yeah, and the Born of Flame. Those are the 3 decks he is unable to play. As for the decks that I will play... Hold on a second, I just realized, guess I did ban one of my decks. Or maybe I didn't random enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Yeah, he didn't ban with my decks. So he'll ban one of them in a second, I'll ask him to do that. But the ones I got are Born of Flame, I can play as them. Celestial Light, I can play as them. Collective Might, yes, I random them as well. Grinning Malice, I random this again. And the Chain Stops, I didn't random Mind Stones. Really, I could care less because they are probably the worst deck in this entire game. Then I got Specular Strength, again, very nice, I like playing it as them. Aura Servants, my favorite deck, I really like it a lot. Crosswinds, I like it less, even though it's Gameslayer's personal favorite. Ancient Wilds, yes, I know we're going in that train. And then, is there anything else I can play as? No, and then there's a huge, big pile of nothing where I don't play. So those are the 8 decks I can play as. Auto Gameslayer to actually ban with them, because he forgot to. And then we can proceed with the game. Now, one thing I need to say. Last time Gameslayer kinda lied about a few things because of his stupidity. Don't worry, I'm offending him because we like offending each other. That's what we do. But anyway, I didn't buy any decks, right? I didn't pay with my money to unlock any of them. I just played more of this game. And he claimed otherwise in another video, and I thought I need to stress this out that that's not the case. I mean, I don't even have any decks fully unlocked with the exception of Pact Instinct, and the only reason why I have that fully unlocked is because I had the previous Magic the Gathering game, and as a direct result they gave me Pact Instinct for free. Anything else? Yeah, but I'll talk about that in-game because this intro shouldn't be that long, so I'll see you in a moment. Stay tuned for amazing gameplay. Alright, and we are back with game number 1. I started off with Crosswinds and Gameslayer. And when I asked him to ban one of my decks, he banned Celestial Light, so we will not be seeing one of those things. Alright, this guy, the Day of the Dragons, very decent card, but not all that amazing in my position. Still though, I have a lot of lands. This doesn't happen too often, I don't want to be mana starved, so I'll gladly just take what I can get and start off with the Sleight of Hand. Now, the reason why I started with Crosswinds is fairly simple. Oh, come on, double lands. Well, at least I will not be drawing lands over and over and be creature starved. So that's why I like Sleight of Hand. It basically allows you to avoid that thread. The reason why I started with Crosswinds is fairly simple. I do want to win the first game, and they are pretty decent for what they are. Not my favorite deck, but they can stand their own in a fight. However, at the same time, I wanted to save some of my more powerful cards for later down the line, when we get to further matches. That said, after this match, if I lose it, then I'm most definitely going to play on with my more powerful decks, because I will need to make sure that I actually can even get to use my more powerful decks. In fact, I'm kinda surprised I went for Crosswinds now that I think about it. I should have went for something else. Whatever. I was really confused by Gameslayer spamming go and whatnot. By the way, I muted him right now, so I bet he's typing a lot of things and then being really surprised I'm not replying to them. I just muted him again, just for the duration of the game, so that you don't have to see what he says. Now, stop timer. This boar, he just will give him extra life. Do I care about this guy? Not really, he's a 2-2, not a threat whatsoever, and he cannot get past my Kraken anyway. It basically means that Gameslayer has additional 4 life, and that's about it. And it also means that he's playing with Pack Instinct, because I'm fairly... No, wait a second. Not Pack... Yeah, only Pack Instinct has those balls, so that's good to know. He's opened up with the deck that he finished off with last time. And I just realized this is the mirror of our last match in the previous best of 7. That is kind of hilarious, isn't it? So I hope it ends a little bit better than last time, but I can already tell it's better since, you know, hold on a second, I'm definitely going to counter this spell, thank you very much, because it is a very powerful card, enough said. So yeah, it is already going way better than last time. I'm not actually mana starved for a change, and I actually was able to get rid of this very powerful creature that gameslayer was almost able to get on the field. Also, I can't help but notice that while things are going relatively okay, I don't really have anything going for me that is all that powerful, all that amazing. I mean, I do have Day of the Dragons, that's amazing, but that's about it, really. And against I got his, oh boy, Lightning Rays, that's kinda annoying. Shroud is going to be tough to penetrate, and that's about it. Then again, I don't really need to penetrate it all that much. I've got the Time Warp, that's nice, but not really going to help me much. Because I, you know, with 2/04/04 Kraken Hatchlings, what can I do? Not much really. But if I go for Day of the Dragons, they'll become 5/5 red dragons, attack Gameslayer, and then I'll use Time Warp and just straight up kill him, if that's at all possible. It might not happen though, again. So, Galaxy Pack Leader, Gameslayer was very lucky to actually get this guy. Now he's got haste, so he will be able to attack immediately. So I really cannot wait to use the Day of the Dragons, and then I might actually be able to win the game just like that. I need to make sure that I don't mess this up though. No, I won't. I've cast this first, then in the next turn I cast Time Warp, and it should all be good. It should all be jelly. Let's just all pray that Gameslayer doesn't get a Death Touch Archer to kill my flyers. I'm not even sure if there's one in this deck that he's playing right now. I'm pretty sure there isn't. Anyway, let's get my 2 5/5 red dragons. Now you might be surprised I'm playing this card right now when I only have 2 creatures on the battlefield, but the reason why I went for that is because I don't have any other creatures, I don't think I'll be getting any, and with Time Warp I can kill Gameslayer. For crying out loud. I need 4 10s to kill him. No, wait, no, I need only 2, because I will do 10 damage to him in one 10, and then 10 damage in another, and he is basically going to be dead. And he's got his core creature, but it doesn't matter, because if he doesn't get a flyer or something with reach, he's going to die regardless. And that's exactly what is going to happen, so I'm very happy about this. GG Gameslayer! I just owned you. Speaking of which, you might be surprising that some of my cards are actually blinking like this, and hold on a second. 8 plus 4, that's 12, plus 2, that's 14. Yeah, well, I'm just going to let them go through, because I feel like... Wait a second, but if Gameslayer does have this card that makes his creature grow and deal additional damage, then I'll just die. So, I'll do it like... No, I'll do it like this, and block. Does he have the creature that gives him extra growth? No, he doesn't, and I forgot to turn on damage effects. I'm sorry about this. I'll turn them on before we start the next game. So anyway, he might be surprised why I let him do what he just did, but it is GG right now. Time Warp for the win. I'm going to take an extra 10 and just kill Gameslayer. Unenjoyable first match, which allowed me to completely obliterate Gameslayer. Anyway, let's get another sleight of hand. Because, hey, why not? And see what kind of card I can get. Oh, this guy, he's very powerful. Not really needed because I won anyway. So let's just kill Gameslayer, and that will be that. Keep in mind, with Time Warp allows me to gain additional 10. But Gameslayer, oh yeah, that's right. He gave himself extra 4 life. He wasn't as dumb as I feared him, as I hoped he might be. And now, I actually, yeah, I thought this was going to be the end of the game. And it's not going to be. It's suddenly not going to be the end of the game. So let's think about this. I can do 10 damage to him, but then he goes with his primary creature, but he only does 6 damage. I block with my legendary, so he deals 4 damage. It's all good. I'll kill him, and I'll just need another 10 to kill Gameslayer, unless he gets some kind of guy with reach, something to kill my dragons, something else along those lines. Really annoyed I didn't 10 on my damage effects. I need to change that. Still, I'm rather excited about my first win, because this was the deck I was expecting to fail with, and that's not what happened. And I forgot to explain why this card is blinking like this. It's because I just realized that there are those promotional codes everybody who owns Magic the Gathering 2013 can use. And oh boy, Gameslayer just won. Annoyingly enough, he's going to get his creature free and then kill me. And then he's going to taunt me after watching my video because I was laughing like I've won, and I did not. That's sad, that's really sad. Why did he not play this card? Did we desync? I mean desync or something? Or could he just not give his creature plus... No, he had to give his creature plus 3. I don't really know what is happening right now with him. Okay, Genesis Wave. What is that? Alright, stop the timer, I want to see this. Review the top X cards in the library. You may put any number of permanent cards onto the battlefield, yes. And then put all the cards revealed this way. Alright, so he's basically going to get 1 billion cards. And this is going to be annoying. And probably save him or not. He was hoping for a reach or something along those... No, he was not. He's just got enough cards to give his creature a 13 out of 13. Yeah. So I just lost because of this stupid blinking card. Now, those blinking cards, in case you're wondering, I keep trying to explain this. Yeah, those are those promotional codes everybody can access. I just discovered this yesterday. I didn't notice it before. And I told this to Gameslayer, and we both basically got a bunch of cards for nothing because that's how it works. Everybody can do that, you just have to remember to actually unlock those cards. And now we've got more cards to play around with. And suddenly those cards allowed Gameslayer to absolutely annihilate me. As annoying as it is, whatever, F you, Gameslayer, that was an undeserved win, I would say. But I guess a win is a win. Whatever, this was my least favorite deck. So it's okay that I lost. Now I'm going to lose 4-0, won't I? I know it's going to be the case. I know, I can feel it. The chilling vision of things to come. Anyway, I'll stop the recording now and move on to the next game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another game number 2. I'm playing with my best deck, the Graying Malice. And my hand is not that great. Let's mulligan and hope for more land. Oh, come on, no land whatsoever, that's bad. So I have to start with just 6 cards. That is absolutely awful. I cannot stress out how bad this is, but what else could I do? Because in the hand I mulliganed, I had no lands. Incredibly unlucky, I might add. Incredibly unlucky. And it's probably going to cost me the game. Especially since Gameslayer is playing as the Exalted deck, which is difficult to deal with. I mean, not for me. Well, now it is difficult to deal with, because I basically, yeah, had to mulligan twice. So at the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you may put a quest counter. Wait, what? Oh, okay, so Bloodchief Ascension, basically a very nice card, alright. Sorry I was silent for a second, I was trying to read it. Yet again, those blinking cards, I did read them all, right? But since they are only unlocked since yesterday, I couldn't practice enough with them. And I don't really know what they all do all that well. Now, I'm curious if Gameslayer will even notice I had to mulligan twice. Knowing him, he might not, but maybe he will. That's the answer to that question. Anyway, I think I'll make him discard 2 cards because I don't like having him too many cards, but then again, no, there aren't any creatures on the battlefield just yet, so I think just making him discard cards is a fairly solid idea. Let's target my spell Gameslayer and make sure he's got less stuff to deal with, if at all possible. Did I turn my animations on? Yes, I did. That's very nice. So he discarded a land and a pacifism card. Very good, because pacifism is never something I want to deal with. Very annoying card. Not necessarily for useful against my deck, because, you know... Oh, come on. Mana starved. Even after 2 mulligans, I'm still mana starved. That's so annoying. So, ladies and gentlemen, you might witness a very quick best of 7 where I lose 4-0, because right now I'm playing with my absolute best deck. Not my favorite, but it is absolutely my best deck. I'm owning Gameslayer with this deck pretty much most of the time, and this time around it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do so. Why? Well, take a look for yourself. Do you see any mana anywhere here? Yeah, that's the problem. Alright, so hold on a second. I do have an instant. I can tap a creature and give it a -1/-1. Even if I do that, then this guy will kill my Hissing Iguanar. and then he will become a 1/1 flyer as well. So I'd rather not do that, thank you very much. Yeah, look at that. Gameslayer already has final plans. And okay, let's not be salty. Let's talk about something constructive. What I do have going for me is amazing late game cards that I'll never be able to play because Gameslayer will kill me way before that. Also, I just realized he's not playing as the Exalted Darkness, he's playing as the deck that has a lot of soldiers in it. I forgot the name of the deck, I'm sorry. Alright, so obviously I'm not going to defend, I will take this damage like a man. I could tap this Elgard Inquisitor. I'm half tempted to do so, but at the same time I don't think I will. But come on, I've got 2 Demigods of Revenge. They are amazing, absolutely incredible. But I need them in my graveyard for them to be amazing, and I need to have any mana, and I don't have any mana. I mean, I need to have mana, not any mana. I just whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I think I'm going to skip attack and not attack any, and just not attack at all. I'll use Tapping Pain on a more powerful creature just to tap it. I think, if at all possible, I'd like to use it on a 1/1, like this guy, except she's a 3/3, and now I'm just going to be absolutely annihilated. This game hates my guts. It absolutely despises the very idea of me existing on this world. I cannot believe it. Alright, well, you know what? In this case, I'm just going to do that. Then also cast my instant and kill one of those guys, because at least I cannot even kill those guys. Never mind. I cannot even do that. That's just so sad. I should have done so earlier. So yeah, basically my amazing card is gone. It's a really amazing card. I was able to use it many times before, and now at least I can maybe dispatch this flyer so that I only have to deal with a billion soldiers that are incredibly powerful right now. Yay! Oh hey, look! I got pain magnification. Totally what I need right now. Come on, game! I'm only got twice because I was afraid I would be mana starved, and I'm still mana starved. I'm not supposed to be salty, but how can I give you any constructive you know, comments on what I'm doing right now if I'm just losing it because of sheer amount of luck that Gameslayer has and the luck that I clearly lack. No pun intended. Because just look at that! Look at what he's got. Look at the cards that I have that I always use to absolutely annihilate Gameslayer, but I cannot right now because I wasn't lucky enough. That's it. GG. F you, Gameslayer, again. I think you deserved some words of shame. Anyway, I will be right back with the next game in just a few moments. Stay tuned for another utter defeat. Alright, after the defeat we suffered in game number 2, I'm now in game number 3 using yet another of my more powerful decks. This time around with lands! Yay! I actually have a land! I'm so happy I'm totally not going to die. Alright, what am I going to cast first? Well, first of all, I don't want Gameslayer to know what deck I'm using straight off the bat, so let's start by casting a white card, because I still have a few white decks available for me to play with. Meanwhile, Gameslayer... Oh, he's using the goblins! GG, he won again! The goblin deck is the other absolute counter to the Aura Servants. That's the deck I'm playing right now. That is so incredible, I just cannot help but laugh at how dead I am. Anyway, I can use a Narcolepsy on this goblin, yay! Anyway, let's use the Cold Spirit Dancer. She's a very powerful card when you get enough cards attached to her. She's not the best, I mean, she only has 0-2, but she does get a lot of benefits for every aura you can give her, and after you give her enough aura, she does becomes an unstoppable killer machine. That's the idea of the deck I'm playing right now, to have one creature which is extraordinarily overpowered. The problem with that idea is that I simply cannot possibly resist the deck that is using a lot of small creatures, like the goblins. So Gameslayer just secured his 3-0, and now I'm even wondering if I should upload this cast or not. I might as well, but it's just a testimony of how unlucky you can get in Magic the Gathering sometimes. Most of the times, in my case. Anyway, sadly I cannot cast both of my auras right now, because, yeah, I need 2 white... Yeah, I should have casted my plane instead of my Island, so that's a stupid error on my part, otherwise I would be able to cast both the Rift of Granite and the Daybreak Coronet at once, I mean in the same turn. I wasn't able to do so, but at least I will gain something out of this. Another card, which is a plane. Yet again, the game is just taunting me, making sure that I acknowledge my mistake. Alright. Let's end this turn. Will I attack? Should I attack? No, because gameslayer can just outnumber me and then kill me. I'd rather start killing his goblins when he attacks me. And he will attack me most likely. He'll get like 3 goblins instead, or just 1, which is a very powerful goblin indeed. Wow, I won't call it his signature card, but it is his signature card, really. Giving all his goblins +1/+1, and the idea of the deck that gameslayer is using is to have as many goblins as you possibly can. And in large enough numbers, they just overpower you and turn you to a little sissy pope that just is dead, and that's all you can say about that. Now, fortunately, my core can still kill any of those goblins in a single hit, so that's why most likely gameslayer didn't want to really attack me just yet. Now, I need to get rid of this goblin somehow, because otherwise all goblins will have haste and will have this extra 1 power and toughness, but there isn't anything I can use right now. Pacifism will just make him not be able to attack, but this effect will still work. Same really goes for Narcolepsy. Those are both very powerful cards, not really what I need. So instead, I'm gonna go for Daybreak Coronet and make my card even more powerful than before. And la-di-da, I can now make copies of my card, which is not something I'm probably going to do. Still, my card can now deal 7 damage. That is more than gameslayer can do to me right now. So I think I'm just going to continue and attack him. Especially since this card now has a lifelink, so every time I hit gameslayer, I also gain 7 life. That's the power of the Daybreak Coronet, a very powerful aura, which you can only attach to other cards which already have aura. Just to show it to you again, there it is. +3/+3, First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. That is amazing. And he's got the Ounce Dealer. That's one of the newer cards. I mean, the cards we both unlocked. Yeah, so basically he can use a bunch of mana, sacrifice a bunch of stuff, and deal a lot of damage to target creature. Very annoying, so he's basically trying to rush me. There isn't really much I can do to stop him, except I can try and kill this guy, which is what I'm going to do. But it looks like he will be actually able to take... Oh, he just let me kill this Goblin Chieftain. That's very interesting indeed. Especially since now he's going to deal less damage with all his other goblins. I'm not sure what was going through his head, honestly. Maybe he just thinks that there's no way for him to win this game and he just surrendered or something along those lines. If so, then whatever. I can't really, complain. I like him. I like watching him despair a little bit. Let's put it this way. Anyway, I do want to get a card that gives me an additional +1/+1 whenever I cast enchantments, so that's exactly what I'm going to use. And now, all of a sudden, things look a little bit better for me, as in, I think I might actually win this. I mean, how many lands does gameslayer have? He's got 4, so he's not mana starved yet because I did start fast. So he's doing okay in terms of mana and creatures. I was just able to get very powerful combo early on, and he was able to break through me, and I have no idea why he attacked me over there. I mean, he probably said that, well, if I wait, then he will just kill me, and that's true, but at the same time, he let me kill his most powerful card that was giving his goblins a lot of HP and toughness. So I really do not honestly get why did he attack with all his goblins instead of attacking with the goblins that he didn't desperately need. As in, with all the goblins but the one I killed, right? That was really kind of strange. Anyway, what's this card? It's just a Goblin Knight, 3/2, not all that amazing, not all that bad. So why not just give myself another Daybreak Coronet? Because hey, why not? To make my card a 12/16 card, now why not also use Pacifism or maybe Narcolepsy? Let's use Narcolepsy because it sounds nice, and draw another card. That is a land card that I don't even need. I should have used Pacifism to just disallow against it to block with this card, but does it matter? Not really, because he would block with his weaker goblin anyway. I mean, why wouldn't he? Still, I'm gaining a ton of life per turn. He still hopes he can win, or at least he's trying to go for an honorable defeat. Because, clearly, I forgot what I wanted to say. It does happen from time to time, you know it if you have watched any of my videos before. Anyway, Now this card is tapped, so it cannot do anything remotely useful, and Gameslayer got an ability to draw cards and discard cards. This is most likely going to be one of his last cards that he can play. Then again, I do not have flying on my Spirit Dancer, which means that I cannot attack him against it directly. Unless I gain trample flying, he can just sit there forever and eventually get enough goblins to just kill me. Anyway, this is pretty awesome. I am going to cast it. And I will be very happy, because then I can attach the followed footsteps to this guy who's oh wait a second, he's legendary, so I cannot make copies of him, because if you make a copy of a legendary creature, it just straight up dies. I mean, it is either exiled or put into graveyard. I don't remember now the official mechanic, but that's one of those two things that can happen. And because you cannot have more than 2 legendary creatures on a board at the same time. Anyway, Gameslayer yet again with a really awkward choice of cards. I guess he really wants to get... No, actually I can understand him. He really wants to have more cards because probably what he drew was pretty bad. Do I feel sorry for him? Not in the slightest! The last win he totally didn't deserve. He did deserve the first win, kinda sorta, maybe not really. But the last win, it was just so cheap. So now I'm very happy to be able to kill him, if I even get to kill him. Right now I have no flying creatures, so you never know what might happen, right? Anyway, I did get one of my signature cards, Sigil of the Empty Throne. So whenever I cast an enchantment spell, I get a 4/4 white creature, angel creature with flying onto the battlefield. How awesome is that? It's pretty awesome, because now I'm going to use pacifism on one of Gameslayer's goblins just to get an angel, just like that. And now I can make my cards indestructible just because, well, hey, why not? I'll cast it on my legendary creature next turn, because right now, if I attacked with it, then those goblins could have actually killed it. With indestructibility on it, however, this will not be the case. I'm happy to report that Gameslayer is getting royally stomped, which is nice, because I was really afraid that I might lose this game for... Oh, it was something I would dare to believe could happen, alright? Because after losing with my most powerful deck in the way I did last game, everything is really possible. Fortunately, this time around things go a little bit better, in fact, way better. Anyway, let's add indestructibility to my legendary creature, because hey, why not? And now I could kill every creature that doesn't have enchantment on it, but instead I want to first get footstep to my angels so that I can get those angels on the battlefield faster. Because hey, why not? This is also protected from my Winds of Wrath. So, you know, it will just be awesome in general. So let's attack with everything I've got. I don't have to worry about my legendary creature because it is indeed indestructible. And besides, I'm thinking against it is dead because I just realized my legendary can spawn angels. Yay! And come on, why did I see other animations? That's annoying. Anyway, crushing defeat, something I clearly deserved. And let's see you again in the next game. Stay tuned. We're back yet again, this time with Specular Strength, one of my favorite decks, but with not the best draw. Only 2 lands at the start. This could mean death to me, so let's draw a new hand, especially with the high cost cards I got as well. This, however, looks much better. 3 lands and a frog and a blood artist early on. And guess he's mad. He went for the crosswinds. I was afraid he would go for the Exalted Darkness, because that's what killed me very easy last time, but he decided to go for what he believes to be his most powerful deck. Alright then, in this case, let me introduce Gameslayer to what? What kind of land do I need more? Do I need a forest land or a swamp land more? I need both, but this throw does require 2 forest cards, so let's just get a forest. Besides, this way I guess I will not know too soon what kind of deck I'm using. He will probably suspect I went for Specular Strength, but he can never say for sure. Now the problem is I have never actually played against Crosswinds with Specular Strength, so let's think how well this can go. Now Crosswinds can become pretty beastly, but my deck likes... Oh no, actually I just realized Crosswinds will counter my Specular Strength quite badly, because it relies a lot on tokens. And guess what I rely on? Cards in graveyards. Tokens do not go into graveyard, they just disappear. So that is a problem for me, because if Gameslayer casts a lot of drakes that are tokens, then I'm screwed, because even if I do somehow kill them, which will be a challenge by itself, mind you, then what happens? They will not go into graveyard and will not fuel my power. That said, oh no, he can actually cast them already because he's got 4 lands essentially. Sapphire Medallion basically, by lowering the cost of his cards, acts as a land, except it's better in my honest opinion. Okay, he went for Into the Row with a kicker, so he wanted an additional card and he wanted to get rid of my Blood Artist. Understandable, Blood Artist is a fairly scary card, but he got a first card in his graveyard. I like it when the cards go into his graveyard. Alright, so first of all, let's start by making sure that gameslayer has to discard one of his cards. It could be anything, but hopefully he's got only good cards that he can discard. Or actually no, let's hope he's got only bad cards, so he'll just lose. That's a better idea. He discarded the worst card in his deck in my opinion. I didn't even include it in my crossword build. I mean, it's not too bad, it's not really what you need, and actually, does it mean that he's playing with Dream Puppets? He's playing with Dream Puppets! Oh, I see! If that's the case, then I am the guy who's countering him perfectly. Because Dream Puppets put a lot of stuff in Dream Puppets put a lot of stuff in graveyards. And guess what? I like it when things are in a graveyard. So, guess that confused me a little bit, but right now he's just bouncing my creatures back and forth to my hand, which is a little bit annoying, but hardly something I cannot deal with. What I cannot really truly deal with is the fact that my hand is getting a little bit full, and if I have 8 or more creatures, I mean cards of any description in my hand, then I have to discard them. I would rather not have this happen, if at all possible. Anyway, let's start attacking. I would love it if gameslayer were to kill my rats, because then my Blood Artist would start doing his work. And he actually agrees to do just that, interestingly enough, because there's no way for me to buff those rats. And, you know, I can just start taking his life and healing up as well in the process, which is something I like. Now, the thing is, he does have this very powerful 1 mana cost card that becomes more powerful if I have at least 10 cards in my graveyard. And I will have 10 cards in my graveyard soon enough. And because of that, I guess I will have a 5/5 flyer. Very difficult to deal with, but maybe I'll be able to do it. Anyway, he's using the Grindstone. A very random card. I mean, it could be very powerful, or it can just work once. That again, it did get rid of my Meteoric Slime, which is very annoying because it is a very nice card that I would love to have, and now I cannot. Anyway, I didn't get a land, so I'm significantly land staffed, but I did get something that acts as a land, so that's at least something. So let's get a land in my head. Now, what else do I want? This destroys a non-land permanent, so I could get rid of this Grindstone. Might be a fairly good idea, especially since it doesn't cost a lot to activate it. I could get this troll on the battlefield. I will not have to discard any card if I don't play them right now. And then again, I need to start working on gameslayer. You know what? I need to save up this pause. It will be amazing that... Wait a second. Gameslayer doesn't have drakes. Let's just get rid of the Grindstone then, I think. I might regret this later. I really might regret this later, but this Grindstone... Yeah, let's get rid of it. It is a waste of potential, because the card I just used, it is amazing at clearing multiple cards that basically are the same thing. And yeah, I basically don't really know why I attacked with my Spellfrog, but it doesn't really matter. I just did it for kicks. Anyway, I forgot what I was trying to say. Again, I think this cast is not being my best cast ever. That's probably because of the first 2 matches I played, and this kind of hinders my ability to think. But anyway, in the next 10 I'll be able to play something better. And Dream Ball Muse. That's very annoying because it will make me lose a bunch of cards every 10 because I have a lot of cards in my library. I mean, in my hand. Now I have even more cards in my hand, so I guess I might actually win this quite decisively. He still got, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. A lot of cards in his library, so he can just continue to draw cards while I just need to really, truly kill him. So first of all, let's kill this creature before it can activate its effect, because then it would be bad. I definitely do not want to start losing cards like crazy. And I still don't have a land. And I didn't realize it was my turn already, and that's fairly bad. That's a stupid mistake I just made. Whatever, I can get over it, maybe, but I'm definitely on the back foot right now. I need to do something to actually get me back into the game, and it's really surprising that even with the Howling Mine, I still cannot draw a land for the life of me. I did lose a lot of lands, that's what I can say for sure. Actually, did this Muse already work? OMG, it did work. That's hacks, I killed it, I thought. Whatever. Not even gonna say anything. Now I'm going to lose a bunch of cards. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen, but I'm going to sacrifice my blood as the direct result of that. I played poorly in this match. I totally deserve this defeat. It doesn't mean I'm happy with it, but I really did play poorly. So that's me admitting that I played badly. Anyway, let's get another land, because I cannot get in lands in a normal way, annoyingly enough. What else? Can I cast Damnation? Yes, I can. It will kill all creatures and disallow them to be regenerated. Doesn't help me all that much because it's this artifact that I want to deal with. I could make Gameslayer sacrifice a creature, so let's do just that. Alright. And I cannot do anything else because I still do not have enough mana to cast multiple spells in a single turn, annoyingly enough. Fortunately though, he lost all of his amazing things that he had attached to this guy. Actually, no, he didn't. Where did his sword go? Oh, it's over there. I missed it completely. That was kind of strange. Anyway, this time there's no way I will not get a land card. It's just no way. Anyway, do I want to cast the Exile spell? I might as well, because it doesn't really matter at all. I'll just make Gameslayer sacrifice a creature, and this will be it, because he's got nothing to sacrifice. There's still no land! For crank! Come on, this is just not fair. This is totally not fair. I'm drawing a billion cards, not a single one of them is a land card. Wow, just wow. Anyway, what do I want to cast? Crowwood Leech would be very powerful because it will give me worms that can actually attack Gameslayer, and then maybe I'll be able to deal some damage to him if at all possible. This is definitely what I need desperately right now. So let's do just that. Then again, Gameslayer probably has the thing that allows him to gain control over one of my cards. So if that's the case, I could play the Troll and then play nothing else after that. I need to think very carefully about what I'm about to do. Can I cast two cards in any way, shape or form? I cannot, they are all very expensive cards in this deck, unfortunately. But if I cast this Crowwood Leech, I'm really afraid that Gameslayer will either mind control it or just counter it. Meanwhile, this Troll will start working on him, and he'll scout out if Gameslayer has a counter or not. He does not, otherwise he would counter this Troll. There's no way he would not. Right, now I have to discard two cards. I don't think I'll need the Oracle of Mordaya. It is a very powerful card, but now with so many... but now since I'm going to cast so many cards, I don't think I really need it, but then again... Maybe. I'll discard this guy, and I'll discard... Hair, because it doesn't look like... Oh, I need to discard one more, so let's discard you as well. I discarded the Slime. I maybe shouldn't have done that, but I maybe should have discarded Spiritmonger. Then again, Spiritmonger is a very powerful card. Now, the Slime is very nice, because when it dies, it splits into smaller cards, but then again, I don't think Gameslayer would actually be able to kill it. He doesn't have a lot of cards, and even if he gets creatures, then I can just kill them quite easily with my own spells. So that's not really a problem. What does he have? He's going to get a card from my library. He got the most powerful card in my library! Thank you very much, Gameslayer. That is just completely not fair. Alright, I'll have to cast the Damnation, and I'll continue getting closer to dying because I only have 29 cards in my library now, and I'll have even less in the next 10. Way less in the next 10. Man, I'm just going to die, sadly. I cannot possibly get cards on the battlefield. I'm completely mana starved. I have an amazing hand, but who cares because I cannot do anything with that. I will have to use Damnation, there's no question about it, because nothing else will be able to take care of Gameslayer's creatures, and I do need to take them out. Because if I want to win this, I need to deal damage to Gameslayer, and the only way I can deal damage is to cast something really nice. What this is remains a mystery to me. So anyway, Damnation is a necessity to me. How many turns can I survive for? I only have 18 cards left, so that's a problem. I cannot cast anything in this turn. I have to discard 2 cards. This really looks horribly bad. Alright. So let's discard the Spirit Monger. I don't think he will be as useful as I'm trying to make him be. And one of my flying zombies who are very powerful, but hey, what can I do? Dream Puppets, working very well against my deck so far. I thought that I have this in the bag, but either no. First of all, I failed quite severely in the early stages. I should have killed the Muse that Gameslayer casted in Gameslayer's own 10. Actually, no, I didn't have the land to do it. I just realized it was all tapped. I did kill it as soon as I could, but it was already too late because the effect was already in effect and it took 7 of my cards or something along those lines. Now I'm going to lose additional 7 cards, and just like that, I'm basically dead. In the next 10 I'll probably draw like 11 cards, and in the 10 after that I'll just die. As simple as that. There's no way I can kill Gameslayer in a single 10. Actually, I still have 7 cards in my library. Alright, that's surprising. Maybe giving me a little bit more time to actually win this game, but there's no way I'm actually really going to win this. At least I do not believe there is a way for me to win it. I mean, I do have the Sewer Nemesis. It is fairly powerful. I'm going to cast it. Then Gameslayer will mind control it, knowing my luck. Anyway, let's choose Gameslayer as the object of this card. After that, what do I need? I need to enchant it so that it has Tampo and whatnot. Although I want the Emissary to get additional land card. Doesn't matter, not really. Right now, I'd rather make sure that my Sewer Nemesis can be as powerful as humanly possible. He does have a counter, I think, because he paused. Yeah, he does have a counter. That was a little bit of a strange choice to counter this spell instead of something else. For example, my Sewer Nemesis, so I don't really know what was going through his head over there. Maybe he just wants to humiliate me because he knows that even with Sewer Nemesis on the battlefield, I cannot really do much to survive. I mean, yes, I'll be able to get rid of his Entrancer, right? I have 2 cards that can do damage to Gameslayer. I'll be able to use them both and kill this guy. But I'll only be able to deal like 15 damage at most in the next 10. Actually, maybe I will be able to win. If Gameslayer doesn't cast any creature to defend this 10, I might be able to survive this. Then again, I only have 7 cards in my library. He will use his mage, make sure I cannot get too many of them, but then again, I'll take 1, 2, 3, and 4, so I'll still have some cards in my library unless he's got something really amazing. Okay, he's using the Sword of Body and Mind. That's really annoying, and he's using Sip as well. So he has 1 right now. Very unfortunate, and just F you, Gameslayer, F you. I have no respect for you, and I hope you die. No, really, I do. I never liked him. He is my arch nemesis, my favorite enemy. He's my favorite enemy, right? But he's still my enemy, so I want him to die. And he's having way too much luck in Magic the Gathering games, in my honest opinion. I mean, he does. That's what I'm going to say all the time. And now he just won. F you. And not casting Prosperity just because he can. He's going to brag about this match for days. He is. Whatever, I still have 1 game to go for. I mean, I still have 1... No, I cannot lose any more games, but I can still play. So I'm not out of this just yet. So we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned for another game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. If I lose this game, I lose the whole mini tournament. And by that I mean our best of 7. Look what I've got, 2 lands and a card which basically acts like a better version of a land, but then again, most of my cards only cost 3 mana. So I'll keep this hand, because if I were to mulligan, I would gain no lands. And now Gameslayer goes for Crosswinds. He knows that if he wins 1 more game, then he's got this best of 7 in his pocket, because that's all he needs to do. So now he's got no problems with using what he believes to be his most powerful deck. So I guess we'll see how Crosswinds fare against the Born Flame. I hope not too well, but we will see. So far, however, I'm gaining a decent amount of mana, I'm getting quite decent creatures, I have quite a lot of flying creatures as well, so drakes will not really be a problem. The only problem will be when Gameslayer suddenly gains a billion drakes and turns them all into red 5/5 dragons. That's when things will start to go dicey, but until then, I'm in a relatively good spot. So first of all, do I want to start with a Phoenix that has haste, or a Hellhound that does not? Obviously, I'm going to start with a Phoenix that does have haste, because haste is nice, and being able to start dealing damage to Gameslayer is nice after all. Then again, he just, you know, removed my card back into my hand. F you, Gameslayer. I know I'm repeating the same word over and over again, but honestly, he is playing a little bit like a tryhard, doesn't he? Nah, he doesn't. I'm just salty. I am salty, I know. I'm perfectly aware of this. That doesn't mean... Sadly, there is no button in my body that I can press to be less salty, so I just have to try and get over this. Now, my hand still looks quite nice, but against that, yeah, there we go. He starts getting his drakes out. Not a very big problem for now, but I will need to take care of them before they go out of control. So one drake down, and the other will not be a problem because I will have my Phoenix. Now, you might say, hey, but a drake can kill a Phoenix quite easily. That is true, but then again, I can get this Phoenix back to my hand very easily. Also, look at this card I have. Very nice. I can double the amount of damage I can deal to anything I want. Amazing. I will use this as soon as I can, but first of all, let's get my Phoenix back. Just to watch against resummon it back into my hand again. This could happen. I can't imagine that. Anyway, let's attack right away. I'm curious if Gensler will block it or not. He might do, but yeah, I didn't expect him to really, because the strength of his deck is not just having a lot of drakes, it is buffing them to a ridiculous amount. As in, he can give them +1/+1 from his enchantments, then he's got other cards that allow him to summon even more drakes, and all of a sudden I have to fight an army of hungry 4/4 drakes with more drakes. And now he's gonna get even more drake summoning spells, which is going to be a little bit problematic, but nothing I cannot deal with right now. So far we both have 18 life, but I can deal more damage to Gensler faster, especially with this card. I mean, look at that. 4 damage to a creature and 2 damage to this creature's controller. With that in play as well, this will be amazing. So you know what, I think I'll just place it on the board right now, just so later on I have a little bit more flexibility when I want to damage Gameslayer. I think it's a fairly decent idea to get this card on the battlefield as quickly as possible. I could have gone for additional Phoenix to block the incoming damage from this Drake, but you know what, I don't think it is really a necessity. I would much rather just continue taking those small pot shots at Gameslayer just to then instantly kill him with my damage dealing spells. And this would be awesome if I were able to kill Gameslayer's favorite deck, wouldn't it? Sadly, I somehow do not think this is a possibility, and the chances of me winning our best of 7 are even smaller. Because right now, if I want to win, I need to win 3 games in a row. Is it possible? Yes. Will it happen? Most likely, no. But I'll try my best. Also, I cannot help but notice I have no more mana. That's a problem, because if I don't get another one... Okay, I did get another one. I was really surprised. I mean, you know, afraid for a second. Anyway, I can deal 1 damage to each creature that Gameslayer controls, but with this finance, I can deal 2 damage to each creature Gameslayer controls. So by all means, let's do that. Let's clear the board of Gameslayer's cards. Yes! Burn! And then just go to town. Yeah! That's what I like to see. This is where the tides of the battle turn rapidly. And if Gameslayer doesn't do something to stop me, in the next turn, he is dead. And there's nothing I believe that he can do. I can just cast this instant and kill him just like that. There's nothing he can do. He may have a counter spell, but even if he does, I can just cast this Phoenix again, because he's got haste, and he will be able to attack Gameslayer right away. No problems whatsoever with that. So he needs a creature, he didn't cast one, he's a dummy, he most definitely has a counter that he is saving, but a counter is not what is going to save him now. So there we go, here's my Phoenix, he is going to cast a cancel, fine with me, because I have another Phoenix, so deal with that against Slayer. I'm so happy I was able to own him, yes, for a change, I actually was able to annihilate him. Feels so rewarding, especially since he put so much faith in his crosswinds. He kept talking about how crosswinds are amazing, and now, yeah, not amazing anymore, are they? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was very nice. We are now 2-3. Gameslayer is winning, but I can still fight, and I'll gladly do just that. Stay tuned for another game. Alright, game number 6 is in progress. I cannot believe... Wait, is it game number 6? Yes, it is, I think. I cannot believe I was able to make it so, this far. But look at that. 1 land. I'm cast, aren't I? 2 lands. Slightly better, still not good. Right, let's keep this hand. Now, if I were to cast a forest land, I could cast the Sprout. By the way, I am playing as the ancient... Yeah, no, I don't remember the name of my deck. But anyway, it's the white-green deck. So I'm relying a lot on tokens. And I don't think I really need to cast the sapling right away. So let's first of all get additional land card. So, my reason why I picked this card over the Ancient Wilds, that's the other deck I was able to pick. Very simple. Gameslayer, I thought he might play the Exalted Darkness, and he is. And against Exalted Darkness, a billion tokens work better than a lot of cards that you can just juggle between your hand and the battlefield. Why? Because a billion tokens don't care. I can just keep sacrificing very weak tokens, take what I need, but still do just fine. And what card do I need right now? Let's get a forest card. I still cannot play anything, which is annoying because this skeleton will be able to hit me, but then again, even if I were to play the sapling, this wouldn't matter all that much because I wouldn't sacrifice it to the skeleton. I mean, the skeleton will have 1/3 when it attacks because it is exalted, and my sapling is a 1/1 creature. I will throw my totems against there freely, don't get me wrong, but just sacrificing them like a madman will not do the trick. There needs... Oh great, he's got a flyer so early on. Well, I do have some flyers and some cards that can kill flyers, but the problem is I do not have a lot of them, and I will need to burn my Elden thingy coal in order to get something that can actually kill flyers efficiently. Otherwise, I am a little bit dead. Also, I think I should have chosen the Plains card, because now I will be a little bit mana starved in terms of white mana. Fortunately, my cards don't require a whole lot of white mana, so it's not all that bad. So let's think. I can survive additional few bits of damage for another 10. What is very important though is that I can get a creature card that will stop Gameslayer from using his flyers. Do I even have a creature like this? I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, but let's cast this spell anyway and see what I can get. Those are all my creatures, so let's pick something amazing, but preferably not too expensive. This Ancient is amazing and he's very tempting, but that's not what I need. Do I have something that kills flyers? I should have. Well, those guys kill flyers, but I don't really want to use them. Oh, there we go, a Trophy Hunter. Yes, please. I do want a Trophy Hunter. He will be amazing. And he's exactly what I need in order to actually be able to stop Gameslayer from using his flyers to kill me very efficiently. I can just use him to shut down incoming incoming flyers and make sure that they do not attack me so that they do not get exalted, and as a direct result of that, they do not in fact get their +1/+1 for every other exalted card in the deck. On the battlefield. I mean, right now I'm going to take a significant amount of damage, but in the next turn I'll be able to start limiting the amount of damage I take. Only by a small bit, but I'll be able to start limiting it nevertheless. I mean, this sapling will buy me an additional 10 of peace. After that, we'll see what will happen. First of all, though, I need a Trophy Hunter, and I need him badly. Sadly, I know that Gameslayer has a lot of cards that can actually kill him. He's got the Sword of whatever, the Doomblade, I think it's called, that can just instantly kill any non-black creature. This Trophy Hunter is definitely, or rather, she is definitely not black, so she's vulnerable, but she's what I have, and I'll have to upgrade. I'll make Exile Creature! Gameslayer, you bastard! You could, go easy on me, because, hey, why not? But no, you have to win. Ha 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 ha. I mean, of course that's what I would do, but I can be angry at him, because why not? I know I'm going to lose it now, because the odds of me picking another creature with reach or able to do any damage to flyers or anything along those lines are very small. This deck, as well as the Ancient Wilds deck, doesn't have a lot of creatures that can deal with flyers. In fact, right now, look at what I have. Yeah. Well, I can get this card, which is nice. I can get a bunch of saplings on the battlefield as well. I can get a First Strike with Vigilance. Except, who cares? Because what am I going to do with them? I mean, I could, like, parade in front of gameslayer as he wins the game and mops the floor with me, or I could just, I don't know, die. He is land-stabbed. No, not any longer he isn't, so he's only a little bit land-stabbed. I mean, actually he isn't. He did cast a land, so he's not land-stabbed at all. Now he's got a very powerful card, not really his signature card, actually almost his signature card. And he's just going to not kill me in this turn, but he'll most definitely kill me in the second turn, no matter what I do. There's no denying, there's no question about that. Even if I get somehow a card that kills his flyer, nope. He will just be able to attack with his ground. I mean, if I can kill his flyer, then yes, I'll be able to start sacrificing my Saprolinks and survive for a little bit longer, but let's face it, I will not get something that will kill a flyer. No way, I'm not this lucky. Nope, that's what I got. Thank you, game. Thank you. So let's just charge in, shall we? And cast a bunch of things to get my creatures. Actually, hold on, let's see how gameslayer is going to block that first, so that I will be more efficient. And then I'll cast my... Okay, he doesn't even bother blocking anything. So let's just cast it like that, and cast another instant, and just parade in front of gameslayer because I was royally stomped in this match. As in every match I lost against gameslayer today, I would like to point out, yet again, I would like to call this the lack of luck, because this is exactly what happened. I was just very unlucky. So this is it for this video cast. It was way shorter than the last cast we made. I wonder why. I need to think of a title, maybe a sad best of 7, because it was really quite sad. I mean, there was one small grain of hope I got when I played my Bone of Flame. Other than that, though, really, I was very unlucky every time gameslayer won. That's all I have to say about this. And if you deny it, then I hate you and all that you stand for. It was PANCZASU, the Mighty Mix Spammer. If you somehow managed to enjoy this videocast, I did it, but maybe you did, then please do like it, maybe you subscribe to my video channel if you wish to see more. I will definitely make more. I'll make sure that I commentate better, and I will make sure that those videos will be better as well. And let's hope that I get less unlucky. So feel free to subscribe. Also leave a comment, I do love them comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.